Thanks for tuning into the Adam Carolla Show. You can watch the full show on YouTube. Just search Adam Carolla Show and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also get the podcast wherever you like to listen. And for extra content, ad-free episodes, and more, you can head over to our Substack and sign up today. Yeah, get it on. Got to get on a church. Get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to our friend Brad Williams back in studio. Got a live stand-up special live on Short Street. It's very funny. I watched it in its entirety. It's on YouTube. And for those who are like me, are kind of late to the game, I always thought YouTube was sort of for your phone, but now I sit and watch it on my TV pretty much, and it's pretty much just like watching a stand-up special. It's on any streamer.
I would, there was a few years ago where I would make fun of people that say, oh, I don't even watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube. And now I am one of those guys where I am watching the majority of my TV either on streaming apps or YouTube.
I was in this building 10 years ago, and I was talking to my assistant, and I said, I moved. I said, we got to get the phone guy out to the house. And he said, why do you need the phone guy? He's got to hook up the phone. Yeah. He goes, you have a phone. I go, yeah, but I need the phone, I need a home phone. He goes, why do you need a home phone? I go, what do you mean why? Everyone needs a... He goes, I don't have... Well, you're a fool. Yes. I need a home phone.
Yes.
And everyone's always had a home phone, so I'm going to go wait for the phone guy to come hook it up. Yes. And I realize that's now insane.
That is insane. It used to be you would need a cable jack for your television, and now you don't. And now you don't need that at all.
Everything is crazy. I mean, I had a dude I knew who lived in Santa Monica who had an apartment who went under the apartment, spliced into his neighbor's cable, who was paying for HBO, put a T into it and teed off into his unit with it. I knew my buddy Ray had the black box that he got from the cable guy. You could give him $100, and he had all the good nudie channels on it. Plus, the Tyson fight was free.
Oh my God! Yeah, slip the cable guy 100, slip him a 50. You're gonna get all the premium channels. It's a bygone era.
Listen. We are missing out on the bribery part of life because everybody who's of a certain age, like my age, whose dad was rich, he'd go, my dad would get pulled over on the turnpike drunk as shit, just hand the officer his license with a 20 in it, and like, that's it. No body cam, no dash cam, no nanny state. Fucking bribe. And look, I get it. It's a rich guy thing, but it's aspirational. Like one of the reasons to get rich back in the day was to cut the line.
Right.
Like was to get off with the cops, was to pay off women to shut up.
Yes.
NDAs meant something back then. Donald Trump had an NDA with Stormy Daniels. That's the worst use of hush money. It's like saying
poor investment.
It's like saying hush money, been handing them a bullhorn.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Used to buy people. You could get people. If you could get your enemies killed, a business partner, you just get a drifter to kill somebody.
Sure.
You could fucking do things. If you had money, it meant something.
Now, money, target.
You're the target
now because now there's Justin Bieber backs his car out of a restaurant. There's 9,000 paparazzi. If you go an inch and a half away from one of these paparazzi, they grab their ankle. Oh!
Listen. They flop like LeBron. I'd like to show LeBron's.
Yes.
I'd like to put a reel together. LeBron flops, paparazzi flops.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Because it's going to be who's better.
Oh, that's going to be good. And it's just, and there used to be shame. Now now these paparazzi would go and be like, well, and this is not current Justin Bieber who shot up and grew like a weed where he's like 6'2" or whatever now. This is like 15, 16-year-old Justin Bieber. This would be like a grown man going, I felt threatened for my life when Ariana Grande looked at me.
Yeah. Now, the greatest one of that there's an old story. I don't even know it. And I will say, if you had money, there were fixers.
Yes.
Like Mr. Wolf, you could go to a guy and go, here's a couple grand. I need this chick to go away with her pregnancy and her story and all that bullshit. Like, I need you to clean all this shit up. You understand? Yeah. She's underage. She's pregnant. She's starting to run her mouth. I need her gone. And you give a guy $2,000 and it was done.
And then that's how the population of Bismarck, North Dakota grew.
That's right.
Because they would be sent out there.
And you go, I don't want this in the newspaper either. Right. And you go, it's another $1,000. You go, okay, here's another $1,000.
Let's go to the reporter's house.
Make things go away, buy things off.
Right.
The only thing that's left is paying politicians. That part's still around.
Yeah.
But all the part where you bribe the cops and everything.
Yeah. Now the coach of the New England Patriots, he holds hands with a reporter.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everyone's like, well, is this the kind of man that we want trusting and leading our fellow men out on the field? I don't know. He got the Super Bowl last year.
Right.
He's all right.
Listen.
What happens between him and his wife is between him and his wife. That's my personal opinion, but okay.
But
he lied about it. Of course he lied about it.
Everybody lies about all the stuff they don't want you to know about.
Of course.
All right. By the way, when the people go, after that migrant was killed by that truck driver, I pray for his soul. I pray that person's lying. They didn't do any praying for that migrant. If there was some sort of pray meter where you're praying for the families and the victims of that, no one ever did that.
I wish there was a way to tally it.
I wish there was too.
Yeah.
All right, so the biggest story of what you're talking about took place, Andrew, in the Phoenix airport probably 20 years ago, where Richard Simmons...
I remember
confronted a professional wrestler.
I remember
and the professional wrestler said he was intimidated and injured by Richard Simmons, even though the guy was 275 pounds.
Yeah.
That's Phoenix Airport. I'm going to go 2006.
I think I remember this story. I think Richard Simmons even gave him like a baby slap on the face, like a baby, just like oh, you whatever.
Well, here's the thing about gays. Gays are essentially women, and that if you fuck with them, they will smack you.
Sure,
but they don't feel like they can hurt you.
Here we go.
Oh, 2004.
Well done.
All right, fitness icon Richard Simmons, then 55, was involved in a March 04 altercation at a Phoenix airport. All right, I got that right.
Yep.
International airport with Christopher Farney, a 23-year-old. So the guy's 23 and Richard's 55. So they already got a pretty good, if that's a boxing match. Look, here's what I'll put it to you this way. Mike Tyson's 55, and anyone who's ranked in the top 200 heavyweights could beat him right now if you were 23.
Correct.
All right.
This is Richard Simmons.
This is Richard Simmons. The fighter, by the way, 23-year-old amateur cage fighter. Farney teased Simmons by yelling, "Drop your bag, let's rock to the 50s." Causing a frustrated Simmons to slap him.
Slap him, I got it.
Leading to misdemeanor assault citation, and later dismissed the charge. But did the guy sue him? That's the crap.
Misdemeanor assault charges.
If you're a cage fighter, and by the way, amateur cage fighter means you've been in hairier scraps than cage fighter.
1,000%.
Than UFC, darling.
Because if you're a UFC guy, top guy, you fight twice a year.
Maybe.
Right, but if you're amateur cage fighter, you are a weekend warrior,
and
my
you're
friend.
in the fucking backyard.
Yes.
Like, you're getting injured by sprinklers as well as by crosses, right?
You're doing it for the love of the game at that point.
That's right. Chargers dismissed. Simmons was cited for misdemeanor assault. However, in May Farley agreed to drop the charges following a private settlement. So the cage fighter, got paid.
Got paid off.
Got paid for a slap in the airport.
Hey, man, that's a great new car. You got a new car? That's a Mercedes Benz, man.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God! Did you?
Not cage fighting.
Well, so not cage fighting.
That's not. That's a avocation. I think it's not a vocation. That's a hobby. That's a sideline for. I'm semi-retired now.
What? Was there some investments? Do you know a few things going on in the market?
No, now look, I'm going to just parse this out. I got into a scrap and got a big payday, but not in the octagon. No, I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
Not in the octagon. I did not fight Chuck Liddell.
So you got into a fight, but this was some guy who like blindsided you, some big guy at a nightclub who works for Walmart or one of these bodyguards for like a rapper or something, right?
If by that you mean a homo with a Jufro and dolphin shorts, then yes, at an airport.
Was he also a cage fighter?
No, more of a sweating to the oldies type guy. You know Richard, right?
You know Richard Simmons.
God damn.
Like,
what do you think that payday was?
God, if it was
it's not 10 grand. You got to go up.
No, because he's an amateur cage fighter. I would just imagine the stones or reverse balls, I don't know what to call it, of a 23-year-old amateur cage fighter going, hey, man, $50,000.
Yeah.
And this goes away.
Well, the thing that's always funny about when you sue people, you always have to, there has to be some damages. So you have to trump up something like he's scared to go to the airport now.
Right.
Because he might be attacked by another fitness instructor.
So I was threatened with a lawsuit at one point when I was touring comedy clubs. You know,
one is in your special, right?
Oh, I've had that was the more recent one. So this is I will address both. Mm-hmm. The one years ago, I was touring comedy clubs, and I used to close my show by bringing a female on stage and giving her a lap dance. That's how I used to close my show. Mm-hmm. I closed my first special, Fun Size, with that. Mm-hmm. And so I would do it. I would say, hey, you're gonna have the best night of your life. You're gonna have a night to remember. You're always gonna remember the night you got a lap dance from a midget. Mm-hmm. Lights go on. I do a lap dance. There was a cartwheel involved. Mm-hmm. One time I did this, and at the end of the night, a man came up to me and said, "You assaulted my wife up there." Oh, and I said, "What?" Right. What? What? He goes, "You assaulted my wife," and I go, "What part?" Mm-hmm. And he's like, "When you gave her a lap dance." I go, when I said, "Are you ready for the best night? Are you ready to get a lap dance from a midget?" When she's cheering, when the lights are going off, all that. And he goes, "Yes, you assaulted my wife." And then he goes, $100,000. This goes away.
Wow.
And I go, or I do nothing and this goes away.
Right.
Like, because prove it in court.
Right.
Please do. We have footage. We have 500 witnesses that can all say that this was a consensual act. Yes. So it never happened. He never sued. He just wanted to pay out. He wanted,
of course. It's sad.
He wanted quick money.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But by the way, when people could bribe people, other people never sued people. Now this is bribing. This is extortion. It's essentially poor people extorting people who have businesses or careers or anything.
And at that point, I didn't have money.
Right.
So I didn't even have the money to pay him.
In your special, when you were talking about your wife's friend.
Yes.
Which I found bold.
Yes.
By the way, like, I hate it when guys are pussy whipped. Mm-hmm. I believe a lot of the problems we've had in our society is guys abandoning, like going, "Hey, woman, I'm bringing home the bacon."
Yeah.
Now, my ex-wife had a job once where she was making like 50 grand a year, but I was making like, I don't know, $1.5 million a year. Mm-hmm. And I said to her, I go, "I bring home the bacon." So I went blah, blah, blah. And she goes, "I bring home the bacon too." And I said, "No, you bring home the bacos. I bring home the bacon." Okay, so that's why you got to listen to me, because I'm a dick. But the whole point is we told women, "Girl, you do whatever you want. You're in charge. Don't listen to any man." We told every kid, "No one's your boss." And they're all going fucking nuts now. Yeah. It's all right to say every once in a while, "Hey, I do a lot. I bring a lot to this, and you can go ahead and make me dinner." And that's fine. And that's not a slave master. No. And we're not on the plantation. No. I bought everything that's in the fridge. Now you can cook it up.
Yes.
But your wife's friend, and I liked, when I knew I loved Robert Kennedy Jr., is when he was being interviewed on CNN. And, of course, CNN did a butcher job on a speech he did and whacked it up and made it look like he was pro-Nazi or something like that.
To be fair, RFK's natural speaking did a butcher job on his speech.
Right. So they edit it all up,
Okay.
and then they go, even your wife says she was unhappy that you said this. And he goes, she was wrong. And I was like, good. Yes, you can do it. All right, so your wife's friend.
Yes.
In the special, you walk right to the camera and refer to your wife's friend that you don't like who threatened to sue you. Mm-hmm. How did that come about?
So what happened, and I'm going to use legal terms very carefully here. So in my last special, which is also on my YouTube channel called Starfish, I did some bits about Carol, how Carol, I believed, was trying to ruin my marriage because I would do things around the house. I would help out around the house, and she would always say it's not enough, and he's not doing enough, and he's not around, and he's not here to help you, and kind of really poisoning poisoning the relationship.
Basic chick stuff. Yeah. Got it.
So
standard chick operating procedure.
In the current special, live on Short Street, now streaming on my YouTube channel, I addressed that, and because Carol came to me when she saw that special, and she said, "Hey, I'm going to sue you for defamation of character," and I said, "Let me get this straight. I never said your last name.
Right.
I said Carol is a bitch, and you immediately said, well, he must be talking about me."
Right, which is a good point. Yeah.
So I go, so you heard Carol and bitch, and you went,
right.
He's talking about me. Because if you were out there saying that there is a midget Nazi, never would I go, well, I am offended.
Right.
Because that is not me. So I do not give a shit. So yes, this is someone who I am constantly going back and forth with.
But does your wife maintain a relationship?
She does, and there is a specific reason for it, of which I cannot get into. But my wife does not look at me as the monster and her as the saint. I want to be very clear.
Okay.
She is perfectly aware of the toxicity that this woman puts into her head. So, but there is a relationship there that has to remain, and it is very frustrating. Because I would like to cut out the toxicity, but this is how I do it. Is I just talk about her in my comedy specials. So when she watches it, she goes, "Well, I don't want to hang out with them anymore." That would be my dream.
That would be awesome. All right, and more current events.
Yes.
So all this stuff came out with the Southern Poverty Law Center and all the race hustling that's going on out there and the agitation, and it's not really the fault of Jussie Smollett and all those who sort of foment this stuff or make the allegations of it. It's the CNNs and the mainstream media that dive on it and then accentuate it and constantly push it out.
Rush before an investigation, sure.
And never really, they'll interview some left-wing politician on their show and they'll go, systemic racism's the biggest problem this country faces. And then whoever's interviewing them just nods and goes, yeah, I know, it's a shame. Then they'll go, can you give us some specific examples of racism in 2026, like institutional racism? Like,
sure.
give us some example about loaning money or land or admission to college, like anything. So everyone just sort of keeps it rolling along. And it's a hustle, and the Democrats seem to run on it all the time, which is scaring and agitating black and brown people. But there was a part in what year, Andrew, was the debate? What year was the debate with Biden? And it was 2020. Oh, okay. Yeah. In 2020, I came in yelling about this because the Biden debate with Trump, at some point, Biden brought up Trump and his corrupt family, and then Trump went, I'm corrupt. What about you and your family? And then Biden got back to the Russia stuff, Russia. And Trump sort of famously went, oh, here we go again. Russia, always Russia. And then But the debate moderator, everyone remembers this part of the debate where Trump is like, Russia, 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 Jesus Christ. And they're going back and forth, calling each other's families corrupt. Turned out Biden's family's corrupt. But the moderator wants to get back to a subject, and I'll just play a short clip of it.
On the issue of race, we're talking about the issue.
From hell.
President Trump, we're talking about race right now, and I do want to stay on the issue of race.
Okay, so these are two 75-year-old guys, and we got to talk about race. We got to talk about race. And he's talking about the laptop, and he's talking about China, but we got to talk about race. Like, why do we have to talk about race? Why don't we talk some policy here?
Yeah, the stuff that was being alleged about ties to other governments with both of those candidates, I would rather talk about that personally. If there's an outside influence to the president or the potential president of these United States, I think that's slightly more important.
What are we going to talk about race? Like, what are we going to cover? Are you a racist? No. Are you a racist? No. Then Joe Biden will tell you how much he loves black people, and then Trump will go, my policies help black people, and then why do we have to keep talking about what are they going to do about it? What policy involved race? And there wouldn't be. There'd just be race. Like, can you say right now that you're not in the Klan and you don't support the Klan? Like, it perpetuates itself by perpetuating itself. Like, it's essentially like you going home to your woman every day and go, let's talk about infidelity. And then they go, I've talked about it. I've never cheated on you. I know, but I just want to keep talking about it.
We have to have a strong discussion about infidelity.
An honest discussion. And we'll just keep talking about it. And eventually it'll seem like our relationship has a lot of it because we talk about it constantly instead of what a bitch Carol is.
Which is the real issue.
That's the main. Well, that's what affects you.
Yes,
more than race.
On a day-to-day basis.
Speaking of names,
yeah,
we were talking before the mics heat up about the old name Bruce, and how it was the go-to gay name.
It was.
We used to have go-to gay names. So
I think The Simpsons even talked about this.
They go, see ya, sweetheart. Hi, my name is Bruce.
Yeah, and then you have Bruce Willis, an amazing action star. You know, you have Bruce Lee, which is one of the greatest movie martial artists of all time, and we're like, and that name just kind of got phased out because you in your office,
it turned gay because of Bruce Valanche.
How is Valanche more powerful?
The gay mafia is more powerful than the jiu-jitsu mafia.
Wow.
So, but before there were Karens, there were Bruces. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because Karens don't like the fact that they've been tarred and feathered with Karen, but Bruce was a tough putt back in the day too.
Sure, because and this happens where by no fault of the people who have this name, but they're just living their life as a Karen, going, this is great, my name is Karen, I'm an outstanding member of my community. Then all of a sudden, some overweight white women start complaining to cops about the length of grass in the neighborhood.
That's right.
And all of a sudden now their name gets hijacked, and now I just tell people my name, and all of a sudden I'm a bitch.
The other go-to name was always your black cellmate in prison was Bubba.
Yes.
It was always, oh yeah? You're sitting high now. You'll be hanging out with Bubba cleaning the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, that's Bubba.
Yeah. And that, I mean, and then there was a golfer who won the Masters, Bubba
Watson, I think. I think there was a Bubba Watson.
Yeah, and then so he's got to know that he's the guy that, like, his name is just the go-to prison rape name. Horrible.
Well, if he doesn't, we shall inform him.
Because he's probably got friends that go, yeah, I'm going to go hang out with Bubba, and then everyone starts laughing.
All right, we have a ranking of most famous Bruces. I'm with you. Bruce Lee's got to be number one.
Bruce Lee's got,
Bruce Jenner. Now, Bruce Springsteen. What do you do with Bruce Jenner now? We retire that, or does he make the list?
Well, I think, Bruce Jenner, the decathlete.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Bruce Dern. Bruce Hornsby.
Get a bit of a drop off now. Bruce Dickinson. There
Bruce
you go.
Dickinson.
Iron frickin' Maiden. There you go.
Bruce Campbell.
Love me some Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Greenwood. Where's Bruce Valanche?
the man who ended all this. Bruce Smith, one of the greatest football players of all time.
Yeah.
And then Bruce. He's got 2 Bruces.
That's right.
How did I miss him? Bruce the comedian.
Hold on. You think Bruce has ever been in the same room with Boutros Ghali? And they're like, hey, who are you? Bruce. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you ripping my shit off? No, I'm Bruce. Bruce, that's Boutros. Like, people must think, oh, fucking shut up.
And then Manute Bol's son comes in. I'm Bol.
I'm Bol. Oh, is he Bol?
He's Bol. Bol.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, Bruce, Boutros, and Bol are all in a room just doing the Spider-Man meme to each other.
The
double name people.
Other thing I wanted to get into is
before you move on.
Before I move on.
There's a guy who works for you. His name is Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made me think we're not making Chucks anymore.
No, we need a Chuck.
And that, like,
Chuck's a regular dude. He's a good dude.
Chuck's a regular guy. He can come over. He's got that wrench that you haven't bought yet.
Well, not this Chuck. He's a homo vegan. But the other Chucks historically, the guys who won World War II, half of them are named Chuck.
Okay.
Chuck will dive on a grenade, man.
Yeah. Or, you can even go because you got Charlie, Charles. There's, you got Charlie Sheen. Granted, it's not his given name, but he went to Charlie, and then that guy's the guy you can do all the drugs with.
Mm-hmm.
He'll live, you won't, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're not making Chucks anymore. We're not making, Deans.
God, you think about Dean, you're right. You think about Charlie Sheen, and then you got to kind of go, you got to hold the list there. You got to kind of think about, like, Keith Richards. You know what I mean? Like, I think those guys had the same sort of biology, which is all the drugs, all the cigarettes, all the booze. All they did, everything you told them not to do.
Yeah.
And it made them stronger.
Keith Richards famously snorted the ashes of his father.
Really?
Yeah. He mixed it in with cocaine, and he snorted the ashes of his father.
He's 80, and he'll be on stage somewhere tonight.
Yes.
That's who that guy is.
Because he did everything. Also, what I miss about these names, like Charles, like Richard, which you can also go like the side names, right? Because then someone can be out there like, oh, I'm Charles, but then the guy that knows you well, he can slip in. Oh yeah, I talked to Chuck yesterday. But your name is Charles.
A name that they don't do anymore, and as a tactical name that I've said you should name your son is Lou. And the reason you should name your son Lou is because not only is Lou a good name, but if he ever plays like professional baseball and he goes out and they're booing him,
it just sounds
like Lou.
Yeah.
It sounds like he may have struck out 4 times in this game already.
Lou.
That's what it sounds like.
Bill Walton's son who played for the Lakers, Luke, same thing.
Luke. Right, they could be booing.
Yeah.
All right, so you live in California.
I do.
I live in California. They had a gubernatorial debate last night to see who was going to take Gavin Newsom's spot. And there was one part of it that I found pretty revealing. So now here's the thing. Look, if you want to talk gay marriage or you want to talk abortion or something about teaching the 10 Commandments in grade school or something, that's a kind of an argument that can be kind of spiritual. Like, well, I'm a Catholic and I come from whatever, and that's what I believe. I was taught that abortion is evil. And then, and that's a kind of a philosophical thing that I can't really declare a winner in because this is how the person was raised. This is what they believe.
Yeah.
But then there's more mechanical issues, like sort of just basic stuff.
Sure.
Like, do you like school choice? Yes, I like school choice. Okay, I'm against school choice. That's a basic thing. So a basic mechanical, literally, issue is truck drivers. We have semi-truck drivers. Now, driving a semi-truck is like driving a weapon, essentially.
Absolutely.
If you're going 60 miles an hour down the highway and you're not doing your job, you can take out 5 cars easily, and it's happened a lot. And I recommend the movie, the Jan Michael Vincent vehicle, White Line Fever. If you want to know what a semi-truck can do behind a guy,
God.
When a guy's motivated behind that wheel.
That you do that. You can do Patrick Swayze's film Black Dog.
Oh yeah,
that was a good truck driving
Find
movie.
the trailer for White Line Fever. So we have a problem, and that is California issues driver's licenses to truck drivers, semi-truck, big 18-wheeler drivers, and many of these people are illegal, but many of these people don't speak English, and they don't read English, and they cannot read the street signs, and so they're unaware of safety things as they barrel their trucks up and down the nation's highway. And they don't stay in California. They've caused havoc. And there's been a lot of deaths recently with these kind of rogue truckers out there smashing into people and trying U-turns. And so Trump said, look, and Department of Transportation, Duffy said, look, if you're going to issue a driver's license to somebody, they have to be proficient in English enough so that they can read the signs.
Whether you believe that immigrants, illegal aliens, should be given driver's licenses or not, I feel it is fair that if you are driving a truck or any motor vehicle, you should be able to know the rules of the road and read the signs. I don't think that is a controversial statement.
I don't think it's that way for your 16-year-old who's trying to get her learner's permit. Like you got to be able to read the signs. Yeah. That's part of, and when you I used to teach traffic school, but when you do it, a lot of it's like, this is yield, and that means slippery when wet, and that's also Bon Jovi album. And this is a rock falling place, and this is merging. Like you know what I mean? Like you gotta. Yes, there are words like yield and merge that I don't know the Spanish version of.
Sure.
But if you're gonna drive here, you're gonna need to know what it means.
Yes.
All right. So in the debate, and there's 5 or 6 people up on stage, they just went to each person who's running for governor of the state and said, this is a dangerous thing. What would you do? Would you support this? Which unfortunately means you'd have to support Trump because this is what Trump wants. But it's also, I think, what everyone who's on the highway wants, and also sounds pretty reasonable. And by the way, if I moved to Mexico or Canada, I could, and my son was going to be a long haul trucker, I just go, the rules there are you have to learn the road signs. And if my son said, I don't want to do it, I'd say, well, then you can't be a trucker.
You can't be a truck driver.
All right. So I will, by the way, you can tell how everyone's going to answer by whether they're a Republican or a Democrat.
Right. Because we have the 2 Republicans in the middle and then the 4 Democrats on the outside.
And spoiler alert, you will get a normal answer from the Republicans, and you're going to get total word salad in not answering of the question. And by the way, this is a mechanical question. This is not a philosophical prayer in school question. Here we go. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Yeah. O'Reilly. They're in the business of keeping your car on the road. Probably discussed that with you guys a few times. I can figure out most of my car issues, but if there's one I can't figure out and I get stumped, I always go to O'Reilly. They've got thousands of parts in stock, either in the store or online. You never have to worry if you're in a jam. They'll also test your battery for free. And if it needs to be replaced, they will help you find the right one. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll see the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are helpful and friendly. O'Reilly, it's your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. It's O'Reilly, right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
Morgan and Morgan. Well, I've known people who've gotten hurt in accidents that weren't their fault, and they tried to tough it out. No lawyer, no help. Just hoping the bills and the pain would magically sort themselves out. Spoiler alert, they don't. And that's where Morgan and Morgan comes in. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They've recovered more than $30 billion for over 500,000 clients. That's a serious track record right there. So if you're injured because someone else was negligent, you deserve to be paid. Don't try to white knuckle it alone. Reach out to Morgan & Morgan and let the pros fight for you. Right, Dawson?
If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. Yes, that's right. Their fee is free unless they win. To learn more, go to forthepeople.com/Adam or click the link in the description below. To learn more, go to forthepeople.com/Adam or click the link in the description below. This is a paid advertisement.
Welcome back to Debate Night in California. The race for governor coming to you live from San Francisco.
All right, let's move on to our next question. In an exclusive KRON 4 report, a California Highway Patrol officer was recorded giving a roadside English proficiency test to a commercial truck driver. Let's take a look at the video.
Oh, the horrors.
And then do me a favor. Tell me what this sign means. So what does this mean? What is it telling you? What does this sign mean?
This video
terror.
was captured following the U.S. Department of Transportation withholding $40 million in funding, saying California is the only state in the country that refuses to ensure big rig drivers can read road signs and communicate with law enforcement.
Mr. Becerra, we begin this round with you. Should the CHP be giving English proficiency tests to truck drivers? And if not, would you as governor push back against the Trump administration on this policy? You have 60 seconds.
I would definitely push back.
All right, here comes the word salad because he's a Democrat. Here we go.
So he would definitely push back.
And push back against Trump.
Administration on, again, a reckless policy. I would make sure that officer...
Use the word reckless. Reckless. That the policy of road safety is reckless. His non-road safety policy is non-reckless. He's got like the word car wreck.
Yeah,
it's right there. So it's a reckless policy.
And I'm watching this, and I'll be honest with my politics. Here's how I would always describe my politics. I was raised as a conservative in California. One of my best friends in the world is a liberal from Texas. We have agreed on everything.
Right.
That is my politics.
All right. Sorry. I'll let you play it.
So now I'll watch this, and I have not seen this clip.
All right.
And if not, would you as governor push back against the Trump administration on this policy? You have 60 seconds.
I would definitely push back on the Trump administration on, again, a reckless policy. I would make sure that officer understands that he cannot discriminate against any driver without having a basis to do so. I understood a little bit of what that individual was trying to say. I couldn't see the signs, but it certainly sounded like he was trying to describe what that particular sign was trying to represent. And so we have to be very careful that we're not profiling consumers in California, drivers in California. It is against the law.
All right, hold on, pause. First off, we're not okay. We have to be very careful because that's reckless. He's saying careful and reckless. The plan is to be careful and not reckless, but
yeah.
We're not profiling consumers and we're not profiling drivers. We're profiling truck drivers. Truck
driving
big
well.
Big rig drivers. There's many fewer of them, but here we go.
Police officers, while they try to do the best job of keeping safety, have to understand they have to abide by the rules and treat everyone, every motorist, the same way. And so if that officer had some basis to be qualified, let's take a look at that. But let's not find that people are being discriminated against because of what they look like. Is that officer asking everyone he pulls over to explain those road signs?
Here's honestly what it is.
I hope so.
They're always so worried about discrimination, but they don't care about families who get destroyed when these guys ram into them. Look, here's what happens. You cannot tell the race of most long-haul truckers because they're 7 feet in the air.
Right.
I have no idea what a guy looks like because I'm down. And Brad, I'm even lower. You're even lower.
Until they honk the horn.
Right.
That can give me some idea.
Right.
Because if they honk the horn, it's the horn from the Dukes of Hazzard. I go, all right. I got an idea.
That's the Irishman. So somebody does something illegal in a semi truck, and then that person gets pulled over. Then the officer goes up to approach the cab, and when the guy gets out of the cab, the officer says, license, registration, where are you heading? Do you have your load document or whatever? And the guy clearly can't speak English. Then he administers the test.
Yes.
That's how that would work. Now, if he pulled over, let's just say Mario Lopez was driving that truck. And then Mario Lopez got out and went, hello, officer. Top of the morning to you. I'm sorry. I should have used my turn indicator. Let me go retrieve my license and proof of insurance and registration from the cab of my Peterbilt. Then that guy would not ask him if he could read a road sign.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, but Xavier Becerra, as Biden calls him, is very concerned about the illegal truck driver. By the way, he didn't give an answer. Should we check or not? But now let's go. Now we'll go to the Republican, and now you'll get a sane answer.
Is he asking only people who look like me? And if he's doing that, then he's
it looks
violating
like
the
him.
law.
That's right.
And I just want to clarify, do you think CHP should be giving English proficiency tests?
He didn't
As far
answer.
as I know, the Academy does not train CHP officers to be giving English
We're asking if you think they
exam.
should.
Yes.
So that officer has some explaining to do.
Okay,
Mr.
so no.
Becerra, thank
I have
you.
no
Mr.
answer.
Bianco.
All right, hold on. Do we know what his answer was?
His
Not really.
answer
He's
was that
against
was
it.
wrong.
That was wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong to discriminate. Okay, to racially discriminate. Are we not done with this yet? I guess so. All right, here we go. Now we go
The law
to
enforcement officer on the stage tonight. Should this type of roadside testing become standard practice across California? And what should happen to drivers if they do fail? You have 60 seconds.
Well, we have to, first off, acknowledge that we actually do have rules and we actually do have laws. And if they are not abiding by those laws and California is giving them driver's licenses when they do not qualify for those driver's licenses and we're sending them out onto the streets, we also have seen several horrific accidents that were attributed to people that did not understand English or that could not comprehend the road signs or the street signs that they were supposed to be abiding by. So we don't know the context of this. This is what's super important, especially in law enforcement. You have to know the entire context of this entire stop and this entire video, not just the small section. But if he is verifying whether or not someone can read signs, my guess is he was stopped for violating a sign and he's trying to verify that he could. And let's stop with this whole racism thing and racial profiling and all of this garbage. We have to get over this. You either violated the law or you didn't. End of story. Consequences for bad behavior.
Mr.
All right, pause. That's a normal. Now he gave a normal answer. All right. So we'll now go to Steve Hilton. I predict. Are we going to Steve Hilton or we'll play next? Steve Hilton's next, and now you'll get a normal answer because he's a Republican.
For truck drivers, you have 60 seconds.
So I've discussed this with someone called Marcus Coleman from Bakersfield. His beautiful daughter, Delilah, was put into a coma by someone driving a truck. An illegal immigrant, didn't speak English, and his daughter now disabled for life. That's what we're dealing with here. It is completely ridiculous that we have people driving on our roads who can't understand road signs and can't speak English. So, yes, of course, and I've discussed this with my friend Sean Duffy, the Transportation Secretary, we will not be issuing commercial driver licenses when I'm governor to people who are illegally here and who don't speak English. That is obvious common sense.
Mr. Hilton, thank you. Frank.
All right, now they're going to go to Tom Steyer, who's a Democrat, and you're going to get another word salad answer because they can't answer the question because it's something against Hispanics in their world, even if they're dangerous. But here we go. Here's Tom Steyer.
On this, should language proficiency for truckers be strictly enforced, even if it means that some of them will probably lose their jobs? You have 60 seconds.
Look, I agree with what was said, which is we don't know the context of this stop.
Just answer
But what I can say is this: racial profiling is illegal.
Okay.
And in fact, picking on people based on the color of their skin in the state of California is illegal. I have a program for ICE that involves prosecuting them for racial profiling, prosecuting them for violence.
All right, hold on. We're not asking about ICE. We're just asking about truck drivers here. And shall they have a license if they cannot
This is
speak
one of my biggest
the
pet
language?
peeves with politicians is you ask a question and they pivot into a question they want to answer.
I know.
And they don't, and
the
they don't
problem
answer
with
the
this
question
one is they
you
can't.
answered.
All right, so both Republicans have answered the question, yes. Both Democrats haven't answered the question. They've just said something about race. But here we go.
The context of this stop. But what I can say is this: racial profiling is illegal. And in fact, picking on people based on the color of their skin in the state of California is illegal.
Picking on.
I have a program for ICE that involves prosecuting them for racial profiling, prosecuting them for violence against Californians and the supervisors, studying, investigating their detention centers.
What are we talking
having
about?
legal defense funds for people who've been kidnapped and put in those detention centers, and a Know Your Rights PR campaign. Listen, what we're talking about here is whether police officers and the criminal justice system treats people fairly based on the color of their skin. I will say this: Donald Trump posted against me last week because I said ICE has to obey the law in California. The head of ICE posted against me. But I'm not going to step back because the truth is, racial profiling is illegal, violence is illegal, and we need, the governor of California
violence is illegal.
needs to
Hold on
stand
a
up.
second. You guys know violence is illegal?
Well, I'm going to have to make some phone calls then.
So they're just pulling over citizen drivers and there's violence. Okay. All right. So now we're 0 for 2 with the Democrats because I didn't get an answer to a trucking question. But we'll go to Katie Porter now and see if she can provide something.
Californian citizens every time.
Mr. Steyer, thank you. Ms. Porter, same question. Do you believe that English proficiency, language proficiency, should be strictly enforced for truck drivers? You have 60 seconds.
I would absolutely fight the Trump administration because the job of the California governor is to protect Californians.
All right,
and right
hold on.
now, that includes.
You're going to protect Californians?
They want to.
This is talking about
people
protect.
who can't drive on the road to protect Californians.
We're going to take
protect us all.
Dangerous people in semi trucks out on the road to protect Californians. All right, so
God, I hate this.
Her answer is she's going to fight Trump to protect Californians. All right, let's hear what else.
I would absolutely fight the Trump administration because the job of the California governor is to protect Californians. And right now, that includes protecting them from Donald Trump. Protecting Californians also includes enforcing traffic laws. And we've seen sometimes a need for oversight in California. For example, we have seen that the Department of Motor Vehicles was not enforcing rules around DUIs and drivers who had convictions for that. I am stunned that Mr. Bianco would say to Black and brown Californians and immigrants who are being terrorized and racially profiled that you have to get over racism.
All right, hold on.
It's not something.
Can someone send a message to the Democratic Party and just go, stop with the fucking race hustle all the time? It's so weird and it's ugly. But here's the whole thing. I would just want to know about the trucker's license part. I know everything is about race, but how about the license part?
The props to Katie Porter in that she actually briefly addressed it. Where
well,
she said
briefly addressed the DMV and Trump drivers. But
yes, where
there's
like
something
she managed to get through the whole debate without throwing boiling potatoes on anyone.
I do like that about her, though. All right, well, we'll let her finish.
Okay.
Immigrants who are being terrorized and racially profiled, that you have to get over racism. It's not something that you get over. It's something that you fight. And if he doesn't understand the importance of that, he has no business representing a state with the diversity of California.
Ms. Porter, thank you very much. Mr. Bianco, I'll give you 15 seconds to respond.
Yeah, again, that's not even close to what I said. What I said is we're Californians, and I'm speaking for them, especially from law enforcement, when I deal with persons of color every single day, Californians are absolutely sick and tired of our politicians making race the basis of everything. It is not. And this racial divide that they are pushing between law enforcement and the public, or Democrat and Republican, absolutely has to stop. And I'm telling you, we are sick of it.
Mr. Bianco, thank you. Mr. Mahan,
as
a mayor of a city in which 42% of the residents are foreign-born, do you believe that English proficiency tests for truckers are necessary? You
All
have
right,
60
now
seconds.
hold on a second. Mahan is a Democrat, but he's sort of reasonable, I guess. I don't know. He was supposed to be on this show, but he dropped the day before because he probably wasn't going to be excited about some of the questions I would have for him.
Probably talk to Gav.
But let's see if he's a normal, when I say reasonable Democrat, you just think Bill Clinton, 1997, that version of a Democrat, not new race hustle Democrat. All right, so we're 0 for 3 with the Democrats and answers to should long-haul truckers be issued a license if they don't speak English. And let's see what Mahan has to say. I don't know. I didn't hear it, but let's see if he's reasonable.
The right answer here is clearly to hold the DMV accountable for ensuring that every driver on our roadway meets the qualifications for the license that they have.
Okay.
That's the appropriate entity to do this. And as the mayor of not only one of the most diverse big cities in the country, but the safest big city in the country, let me tell you what creates real public safety. It's rooted in trust. When people trust the law enforcement officers who serve the community, it means that residents are more likely to report crime, to serve as witnesses, to provide evidence. We made San Jose the safest big city in the country by building that trust between law enforcement and the community that they serve. That will be my priority as governor, but we should never lower the standard that agencies like the DMV enforce. As governor, I will also ensure that every state agency lives up to its responsibility.
Clarification, English proficiency, 15 seconds. Exams?
The DMV has exams, and it's not about whether or not you speak English. I represent one of the most diverse cities and the safest city. What the DMV is responsible for doing is not testing how good your English is, it's whether or not you're a safe driver who understands the rules.
All right, Mr. Mahan, thank you, Nikki.
But you have to speak English to read the fucking sign, idiot. So he's kind of a puss. Like he's worried a little about offending the Hispanics.
I watched this last night, and Mahan, in every single answer, he reminded us somehow that he was the San Jose mayor.
Right.
That's
all he said.
That's where he was coached
but
up
that he is a Democrat.
He at least
is sort of normal.
Yeah, he at least said DMV should have a standard that all drivers should maintain.
But when he got pushed a little bit to go Spanish, he copped out because he went, the DMV wants to know if you can drive. No, they want to know if you can read the signs. And by the way, it's a normal answer with a little bit of a cop out, but at least he's not batshit crazy like Steyer and Porter.
On the stage. You just wait until he gets elected, then it's batshit crazy.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
And all of the 42% of the foreign-born people in San Jose are the people on those work visas, the Indians taking away American jobs.
All right. So, Brad.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree? And Brad drives himself everywhere.
Yes, I do.
Quite nicely.
Yes, I do, with pedal extenders.
How far do they extend?
Not that far. I only it's about 6 or 7 inches. That's it.
What goes on if there's a valet situation for you? Because most valet guys are under 6 foot, but you can get some rangy guys in there.
Yeah. Let's just say whenever I get my car back from a valet, I know that I'm going to be... My car doesn't have the preset driver settings. So when I get back in my car, I do have to move the seat up quite a bit. So they just move the seat back, and they can slip their feet under the pedals. It's you wouldn't want to drive across country like that, but if you're driving from the stand to a parking lot somewhere and back, it's fine.
Yo, the way the extenders work, you can slide under it.
Yeah. And now there's, and I know this because I'm in the process of buying a new car. Someone actually dropped your name at a dealership because I was at they are not a paid advertiser. I was at a Lucid, dealership, and someone said that you had either been in or talked to them, or
I think they.
Or they
gave
you a car,
I went and did something with. I like the Lucid, but I don't have one. But cool electric car.
Yeah. So, but now they're engineering pedals that kind of fold, and I've seen these. So now, on my next car, it'll probably just completely fold out of the way.
Oh, you mean the extenders will fold out of the way?
Yeah.
Electronically?
No. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. wish I can give you a better
Where do you
answer.
take them to get them modified?
There's these like disabled modification places for cars. Same place where people would take their car to get the hand pedal or the hand controls on or a disability ramp installed for wheelchairs. The last time I got extenders on, I went to that place. Thankfully, a lot of car companies either agree or have to. I'm not sure, but they pay for it.
Because of the Americans with Disabilities Act, especially in California, somebody thought they got to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Which basically means we pay for that stuff. The able-bodied person who's trying to buy a Lucid just got your fucking pedal extenders tacked on to the price of theirs because they don't just eat it, they push it along.
Yeah. Wait, what?
How much would it cost to... Well, everything California goes is we want to add a 3% surcharge for whatever. They go, okay, but whoever the restaurant or the dealer or whatever, they just tack it onto the price of everything they do.
Price of doing business. The same way when I sell merchandise, and I'm in a state where they go, hey, there's an additional tax onto you. Do I then sell the T-shirt for the same amount? No,
you just roll it in.
Exactly.
I know. I never get why people don't like. It's like, why not pay the guy who works at McDonald's $30 an hour? It's like, because then the Big Mac is $14 instead of $8.
And you can argue that McDonald's should not do that, but at the same time, I go, but that's not what they're going to say in the boardroom. That's not what they're going to say to their shareholders. A business's one job is to make money. If you want to fix that system, that's a whole nother argument. But when you do these sort of added charges, the business will then find other ways to recoup that charge.
They have to. All right. Now, you brought up the trucker movie Black Dog.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
Which I haven't even seen.
Also starring Meatloaf.
And what year do you think this is from?
Oh, man, this is 2002? I want to say.
And I brought up White Line Fever with Jan Michael Vincent. So let's see who's got the better trucker trailer.
Oh, okay. Let's go. This is a Swayze movie.
Let me tell you something about Jan Michael Vincent, bro.
Okay.
He was Swayze before Swayze,
he was
okay?
Pre-Swayze?
He was Swayze before. Sinewy, white guy, good looking, ladies love him, and all action and like to chain smoke.
Jan Michael Vincent BS before Swayze.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Right, here we go.
So this is Black Dog, I think.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm going to watch that shit when I get home.
Let's go.
All right. Now, you've probably never seen White Line Fever.
I have not.
Going back to the 70s now.
Okay.
Carol Joe is back. Jerry waited 2 long years. Now it's time to make a life for themselves.
He's back from the Army. Driving a semi.
He's an honest trucker who won't make deals.
I mean, I don't haul that stuff I don't drive, huh? That's right. Just keep your mouth shut and do what you're
Slim
told.
Pickens.
But it gets tougher for both of them.
Sure.
I'm pregnant, Carol Joe.
His name's
And
Carol
I've been
Joe.
thinking I wish I weren't.
Interesting.
They force him to fight back, their way.
My name's Carol Joe Hummer. I come to get work.
Hold on a second.
Carol Joe Hummer.
I'd say I've applied for a lot of jobs, but I've never pulled a shotgun day one.
Well, maybe that's why you didn't get the job.
I did not get that gig at Taco Bell because I just filled out an application and went home. All right.
They force him to fight back, their way.
My name's Carol Joe Hummer. I come to get work.
Gotta hang off the truck with a shotgun.
And next time you just might not be so lucky.
Get!
But he won't quit.
Get up!
No matter what.
Forklifts.
Yeah.
Boxes.
You're about to walk off a cliff, boy. He's only gonna get you dead, man.
They got the muscle. They own the law.
They own the law.
Oh, no.
They terrify his wife.
Oh, no.
Take the deal and let's get the hell away from here.
Karen Black.
He's a working man who's had enough.
Deputy Dog, You know who this is?
Wait till you see what he does with his truck, Brad.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for one of the greatest semi-truck stunts ever?
Okay.
I saw this in the theater, man. Bursting through gates.
Yep.
Like
coming up.
Look at that. Launched.
Through a mansion?
Through a sign.
Through a sign.
A giant sign. You got to picture 9-year-old Adam Carolla sitting in the theater in North Hollywood going, oh, Jesus Christ, I am seeing this. I'm watching the shit out of this. He jumped a truck through a sign.
Amazing. Amazing. I love both those movies. I think you're gonna love Black Dog, and now I got to see White Line Fever because I got to see what Carol Joe is gonna do with that shotgun. That was
there was they did shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
They did knock over tons of boxes or barrels or trash cans.
Yep.
They had corrupt cops.
Yep.
They had the put upon wife that they always got to the wife. Be ashamed if something happened to your lady.
To that pretty little face.
Yeah. She might not be so pretty anymore. We're done with her. And then the part where he's on the phone, because you, man, I'll find you and I'll kill you.
You harm one hair on her head.
Yeah.
Dude, and then always what Jan Michael Vincent's movie had that I love. You know, if you see an overweight white male in a white suit and a cowboy hat and a southern accent, that guy's gonna be nothing but trouble.
He's trouble. Yeah, and at some point, that guy would sort of explain, we do things a little differently around here. So you be smart to get in line, because it's always about get in line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he won't do it. I mean, that's what Swayze did in Roadhouse. There's like, we play the game. You got to play the game. And he's like, I don't play the game.
I don't play the game. I am the game because pain don't hurt.
That's right.
One of the greatest lines in cinema history. Pain don't hurt. I believe that's actually the definition.
Let's see. Black Dog, 98, director Kevin Hooks. Also,
98. Oh, wow.
Also directed Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes.
There you go.
Which coined the phrase, always bet on black. Yeah. Almost as good as Pain Don't Hurt.
That's up there, man. Guy's got a knack for lines. Let me tell you that, dude. There hasn't been a good trucking movie in a while because I don't remember anyone after Black Dog. I would love for them to do another trucking movie. Although based on the debate we just watched, it would be a very different plot.
Yes, the bloom is off the rose with truckers. It was a noble job. It was a real Americana job.
Yeah.
There were ballads about truckers. There were songs. There were other movies.
If they made a movie about truckers today, it'd be called Seek and Destroy.
Yeah, right. Seek is in the religion.
Yes.
Yeah. I would have spelled it, but I have no idea how to spell that kind of Seek versus the other Seek. But yes.
Yeah, there used to be songs about trucking.
There was, well, get CB Savage just because we have to, but it was
radio calls. Breaker 19. This is
Convoy.
Yeah,
Convoy.
we got a convoy. This is Chubby Bunny.
Convoy was a great trucker song, but CB Savage was the best. And I don't know if you've ever heard CB Savage.
This
but
is CB Savage.
It's the greatest trucking song ever.
Oh, my goodness.
That took a turn, didn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
Is that the greatest trucking song ever?
Wow.
It was a straight guy the whole time.
The whole time. Who knew? Just doing a weird caricature of what he thought a gay trucker would sound like. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to listen to that one again.
That's a real song.
That's just the truck driver lifestyle. And now I feel like a lot of people are, a lot of truckers are going to be coming under attack with all the self-driving cars and the AI and stuff like that. I hope truckers can be truckers. Hopefully the AI can assist them, not replace them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a world where truckers just aren't on the road going to Buc-ee's.
The Buc-ee's, the greatest bathrooms ever.
Absolutely, because I'm on the road a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going around all the lanes. I've been to your Terre Haute, Indianas, and I've been to a lot of Buc-ee's. I've been to a lot of truck stops. Truck stops are fun, man.
I agree, and Buc-ee's are great.
Yeah.
All right, the special live on Short Street. Watch it for free. Watch it on YouTube. Put it up on your TV set. Super easy, super funny. I think it was like an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep, very good. Full length. Brad Williams. And by the way, dates, if you want to go, you can go to bradwilliamscomedy.com.
Big one coming up November 19th. I'm playing the Wiltern.
Great
right here
theater.
in Los Angeles.
Beautiful space. All right, quick break. We'll do the news with ELISHA KRAUSS right after this. Simply Safe. Traditional home security has expensive monthly fees, multi-year contracts, and confusing hardware. That's why I use Simply Safe instead. You can customize a system on their website and have it at your house in just days. And it's not just cameras, but it's an entire ecosystem of sensors all working together. No lock-ins or hidden cancellation fees. Simply Safe earns your business by keeping you safe, not by trapping you in a contract. And they were named America's best customer service by Newsweek. So, Simply Safe, great sponsors, 2 eyes, Simply Safe, great product. It's Simply Safe, right, Dawson?
We want you to experience the same peace of mind we do, which is why we partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/Adam. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Adam. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
We're coming at you with everything we got.
This is the mindset. Free. This is the mantra. Free. This is the mindset. With movies like Pineapple Express, the entire Star Trek film franchise, and Gladiator, and TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts, Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hey, Adam. I just saw recently that Roadhouse is on Prime, and so I got all excited because you always talk about it, and I love Patrick Swayze. So I get me a glass of wine, get all comfy, and turn it on, and I'm watching like maybe the first 15 minutes, and I realized this is the most horrible piece of shit movie I have ever seen. So I just wanted to say thanks, Adam.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
I'm shook. I hope so. Thank God I'm sitting down, but let me just say this. There is no mac and cheese better than Kraft mac and cheese. There is no better fish sandwich than a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. You understand how we work? It's familiar, it's bad, and it's the best.
But you know what you're getting.
And it's exactly what Roadhouse is. In what other movie would the bad guy use the line, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison"? Which obviously makes you gay, and essentially you have AIDS now because this was the 80s. But that's a badass line.
I mean, Sam Elliott.
Come on, mijo.
My husband asked me the other day. He was like, who do you find attractive? Like over all of time? And I was like, male or female? And so I gave him a list of like male and female.
Uh-huh.
And my top 2 on the male side were Tom Selleck and Sam Elliott. To which my husband responded, they both had stashes.
Yeah.
Because he's like always pushing for just the stash. He has a full beard. And I'm like, no, sir. Those are the only 2 men on earth that can pull off just the stash.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do some news.
Ooh, it's some fun news. We've had a California gubernatorial debate. Remember the first one that was supposed to happen at USC? All of the Democrats dropped out because not enough minorities were going to be on stage.
You know the thing about the race hustle is I keep wondering when it's going to wear out. Like I go, come on now, after the next hoax or the last hoax or whatever, the 2-term black president, like whatever it is, first female woman of color vice president, like when is this going to stop? And the answer is, I guess never.
No.
Now, I thought eventually it would stop. Evidently, they're not stopping, they're doubling down. And it's weird because it's like everyone is at their saturation level with it and never wants to fucking hear about it anymore. And they still go at it.
I think that maybe the broader general public are at their saturation point about it. I think the progressive, hardcore Democratic primary voter, and I put primary in quotation marks because in California we have the top two. So oftentimes it ends up being two Democrats at the top of the ticket. I think that you have Steyer, Porter, pretty much all the white Democrats running that are like, oh no, I have to appeal to that wing of the party or otherwise I'm not going to make it through.
There is that Biden clip about white supremacy that I never get tired of playing, that it's all, Joe Biden was a race hustler and hustled this entire country on white supremacy. It's the biggest problem this country faces, and he's doing it in front of Howard University, a historically black university, and we have that clip somewhere, but it's just weird. It's what, first off, he's giving a commencement speech at a college. He's telling black people who are going off into the world to work that the world you're going off into hates you.
Especially Rich, considering he was the vice president for America's first black president.
Right.
And then when he became president, he chose the first black vice president, female vice president.
Right. But he's going to explain the biggest problem this country has at a graduation speech. Here we go.
To stand up against the poison of white supremacy, as I did my inaugural address, to single out as the most dangerous terrorist threat to our homeland is white supremacy.
Applause. Dumb black people applaud. Or poison to black people, I should say. Applause.
And I'm not saying this because I'm at a black HBCU. I say it wherever I go.
There's that one lady in the back laughing.
It's such a fucking lazy sack of shit. People don't hate Biden enough for what he tried. The greatest terrorist threat, He said the greatest terrorist threat this country faces is white supremacy.
Yeah.
Except for it's Muslim. And I don't know what examples he has other than old ladies protesting in front of abortion clinics.
Yeah, so the Democrats did skip that first debate. This week's debate was over on KTLA. It was up in the Bay Area, and they started it by saying, "Hey, the 6 people on this stage were invited to be here because of where we went with the national standard of where they are in the polls, and you had to be polling at least 5%."
Right.
And so it was Xavier Becerra, Matt Mahan, the 2 Republicans, Chad Bianco, Steve Hilton, Katie Porter, Tom Steyer. And, am I missing anyone?
No,
that
that
6.
got it. I can't figure out who's more retarded. Is it Tom Steyer or Katie Porter? Like, who would be a worse selection?
Well, I have my thoughts. Do you want my inside football thoughts?
Yeah.
So my inside football thoughts are, I'm biased, I'm a fan of Steve Hilton, but if it can't be 2 Republicans at the top of the ticket, I hope that whatever Republican is at the top, Katie Porter is easier to beat in a general election because she's so unlikable and has such a horrible record and straight up lied in the debate numerous times last night. Tom Steyer is a Dumbo that dresses like he's trying to be a cool rich dude from East Hamptons. Like, did you see his checked Christmas tie? It was so weird and off-putting. But he has so much money to spend that sometimes the general population voter just goes for, I know that name, check.
Right.
Like, I know that name, also a Democrat, check. And so in that way, I think that he's worse.
Yeah, he seems like he could be worse than Newsom. All right, clips you wanted to play. Sorry.
So we have him being really dumb. Like how the guy became a billionaire, I don't know. He's talked about how he needs to pay more taxes. He was asked about that last night by one of the moderators. Like, so you've said you just feel like you should pay more taxes. How much more? And he didn't answer it.
All right. He didn't answer anything I've heard him ask, but here we go.
My wife and I have said that we will give the bulk of our money away while we're alive and in the process of doing that. But me paying more taxes is not the answer. I've said I believe
you
people
can say
should.
that again, Tom.
Wait, no,
Mr.
Steve, let me
Hilton,
finish.
Mr. Hilton,
I've said one person putting more money into the system.
Mr. Hilton, if you guys are both talking, people at home won't be able to hear you. So
if
continue,
one
Mr.
person
Steyer.
puts more money into the government, that doesn't solve it. We need structural change. And in every one of the places where Californians are being ripped off, where it's impossible for them to make rent at the end of the month,
Mr. Steyer,
I'm taking on the special interests, and they're fighting back.
Mr. Steyer.
They're the person who
Mr.
are coming
Steyer,
after me
thank
because
you.
they're scared of me.
Mr.
Yeah.
I'm scared of him because he's a fucking lunatic.
He keeps going. I mean, he literally has commercials. I think we've talked about this before. That like run when my family and I are watching Wheel of Fortune at night.
Yeah.
And he talks about how billionaires need to pay more in taxes. And he's straight up asked by the moderator, well, how much more should billionaires pay or how much more should you pay? Pivot.
Steve Hilton did say off mic that the person on that stage who paid the most taxes was Tom Steyer. That's what he was saying when he got cut off.
Did you see Did Steyer like actually touch him?
He did touch him. He physically. That's an assault, by the way. His commercials are how he wants to abolish ICE and he wants to fight Trump. Listen, I live in California, but you can live in any state. You want whoever the governor of your state is to not do war, declare war on the president of the United States. I would like you to help California. I'm not electing you to fight the president. Every single thing they do is you get me in, I'm going to continue. Gavin Newsom's not even here. All he does is fight Trump, and all we get is nothing for it. So I'm call me selfish, or a little self-obsessed. I would like you to do stuff here for us to help.
For
us.
the constituents here.
And frankly, whoever the president is, let's not piss him off so he punishes us. I just vow to fight Trump at every step. Yes, then ICE shows up, then you fight ICE. But how does that help the mom on her commute in traffic?
And it's also interesting considering the fact that Newsom did finally welcome Trump here after the fires and talked about how well they were working together. Or, just the other day, Karen Bass and Catherine Barger from right here in Los Angeles were in the Oval Office with Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
She's in real big for those pictures and tweeting them out.
Well,
you have to work with, I get political disagreements. I get like theological disagreements. I get economic like all of the disagreements like you can have with people, but you still have to be willing to meet and dialogue with people. And I think
if they're the president, yes, let's not alienate the president.
Yep.
But also, even if you don't alienate the president, you vowing to fight whoever the president is versus whatever we need in California is not where I want your head at.
For sure.
I want your head here.
Especially, don't we get a lot of money and like funding that's necessary from the federal government?
Yes.
I'd be curious to know what it is compared to other states, but it's a lot of money. So
yes, you can clear the screen, Andrew. And did we have the clip where they were giving Newsom a grade?
Oh, I loved this one.
That's a good one.
It shows you.
Katie Porter's not dumb, but she's a little evil and super misguided. Javier Becerra, as Biden would call him, he's a little retarded. I think there's something wrong. He's not bright.
Really?
Well, I think they're going to ask what kind of grade you would give Newsom, and maybe it's on homeless or just a grade. Let's see. Let's watch.
I'd like to clarify and ask you one more time to give a letter grade to help voters understand your assessment of Governor Newsom's job on this issue. You have 15 seconds.
All right, Frank, since you insisted, look, I'll give him a B on Care Court and Prop 1 and many of the important initiatives that he championed where I've been proud to stand with him. I'm going to give us all, though, a D on implementation. San Jose has led the way. A few other places have, but we have not delivered the results people deserve.
He gets a
Thank
B
you very
on
much for the letter grades.
homelessness.
Mr. Becerra, we haven't seen you issue a letter grade on Governor Newsom's overall performance. What grade does he get on homelessness, and what, if anything, would you do differently? You have 60 seconds.
Frank, I would say that the governor has made efforts. We've seen him come down to Los Angeles, actually go out and try to clean some of the streets.
All right, hold on. He's actually picking up garbage, so I guess that'd be an A, right? I mean, he came down and for 10 minutes did a photo op of him trying to paint over some graffiti on an overpass.
I remember that.
Yeah. So Dawson, he's rolling up his sleeves. He's getting to work.
Yep.
Yeah, so he came down and started to work on it. That's awesome. Here's a shovel. Dig the Panama Canal.
That's what they call an A for effort.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see.
On effort, I would give him an A.
Hey.
Here's what I would do that's different, though. I would focus on accountability. I would make sure if we're sending billions of dollars down to the local communities, to our cities and our counties, that we would demand accountability for the dollar that we're going to give them. We need to see results, and results are what you see on the streets. We need to pull folks up, help get them back on their feet, and that's what I would do.
Well,
but what I will tell you is my
speak clearly.
job as governor, and I'm glad to hear other people are saying this, is I'm going to keep you housed. If you are in a home right now, renting or owning, if you lose your job unexpectedly, or you have a medical emergency, and now you're about to become homeless as a result of that now unaffordable expense, tell me what you need. How can I help you keep your home?
Okay,
because it costs me so much more money to pick you up.
Listen, they're still riding this homeless thing is because they lost their job and couldn't make rent. They're junkies, you idiots.
Oh, Katie Porter said the same thing. She got after Steve Hilton for saying that, you know, what you're saying. They're mostly junkies or mentally ill, and they shouldn't be on the street.
They're exclusively junkies or mentally ill because nobody can sleep on a sidewalk unless you're totally fucked up. Here's the deal. And listen, I know everything because I know nothing. But that's what makes me know everything. Everybody, here's the truth. The reason you're a junkie and the reason you're mentally ill is because you have exhausted your personal safety net. Everybody has somebody who will let them crash on their couch.
Yeah.
And don't give me this bullshit where like the guy's parents died or whatever. I grew up with poor people. I knew these fucking people. I shared a futon in a 1-bedroom. I shared a futon with a dude in the 1-bedroom on the floor, and our buddy Chris slept on the sofa in the living room. It was 3 dudes, 1-bedroom rent, North Hollywood. Everyone paid like, $130 or something, $130 a month or something like that. There are literally, you can put an air mattress in a garage. And most people are decent enough that even if you work with them in some capacity or you had some friendship with them and everybody has a little group, that when the job came undone and the chips were down, they would let you crash out at their place for a period of time. That's what that network is. Everybody has it, and to think poor people don't have it is insane. That's all we had. My buddy Chris's dad was going to prison, and he crashed on our sofa for a month before Rick headed to prison. So even the guy who was going to prison had enough of... By the way, his safety net was his flunky son and me living in a 1-bedroom in North Hollywood, and we still made room for him on the fucking sofa.
I actually, you're pointing out something that I said post-COVID when everybody was like, oh my God, the homelessness, how did it go up so much during COVID? And my anecdotal opinion was because friends and family of the drug addicts were under a roof with them 24/7 and couldn't escape the chaos and the disappointment. So they finally put up boundaries to be like, get the F out of here.
Right. But if that person you let crash out on your air mattress is ripping off your kid's piggy bank and stealing your prescription drugs and running up your credit card, then no, not welcome back. And that is a junkie, and that who's on the streets. But I don't know. We have...
Katie Porter said that Steve Hilton was wrong, and that's not who's on the streets. She made the wrongful and statistically inaccurate claim based on polling and data from right here in California. She was like, oh, most homeless people have jobs, but it's like literally less than 13% of the people that are currently on the streets have held a job within the last 4 years.
But here's the whole thing. Newsom tried to pull this shit with me, too. Listen, everybody, I don't make a division between homeless and sleeping at someone else's house and homeless on the street. I only care about homeless on the street. If you have a sofa to surf on, that's between you and the person and your God and whoever wants to bunk up with you on that fucking futon with no air conditioning in North Hollywood. I worry about the people on the street. We're only worried about people on the street. God knows how many houses I pass by every day. Like, there's plenty of Hispanic families, and they don't make a ton of money, and the mother-in-law is sharing the room with whatever. That's your business. It doesn't bother me. It's not part of my business.
There's a lot of multi-generational living, I think, and some of that comes from different cultures, like a melting pot of America. But I feel like it's super Bible Belt thing to have like grandma live with you, right?
It's
but
fine.
You're right. It's not to defend Gavin Newsom here, but I think it is actually a HUD statistic, like so a housing and urban development statistic, that someone without an address where they are paying for rent or mortgage, so the couch surfer or the unemployed kid that just got out of college, technically counts as homeless.
Right, but they're always citing that person. So we're saying these guys are on the street, they're defecating on the street, they're threatening people.
They're shooting up.
Yeah, yes, they're living on the street, and they go, most homeless live on. Yeah, I know, I don't care. Nobody cares about that. No one is talking about that. But I don't know why you guys keep circling back to that. But I don't know, do we have Katie being retarded? Oh, okay, this would be good. Or we can also, I'm sure, listen, I know Steve Hilton. He said it's drugs.
Yeah.
Well, that's who's living on the street.
To respond, but I just want to clarify the second part of my question. Do you think the governor has done anything right on homelessness?
No, everything has taken us in the wrong direction. That's why we spend, state auditor found, $24 billion of our money spent on homelessness. They have no idea where it went because it's going into these non-profits and crony developers that are, instead of solving the problem, they are profiting.
Okay, Mr. Hilton, thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. Ms. Porter, I'll allow you to respond. You have 15 seconds.
If you were in my class, Mr. Hilton, you would learn in my bankruptcy and consumer protection class that the majority of homeless people in California are actually working. They're not just people on the streets. It's not just people with mental illness or people with drug or substance use problems. It's also families who are fleeing intimate partner and domestic violence. It's people who are double and tripled up. It's people who are living in their cars on our college campuses. Homelessness comes in a lot of different forms, and if we don't see the whole problem, if we demonize them from one perspective...
Listen, bitch, we care about the ones on the fucking sidewalk that are blocking our way when we're walking our kids to school. If you want to be... I was tripled up on a futon. And, by the way, there used to be a guy who roamed the alley.
You'd let him in
who was a cement guy, and his name was Mike. And he befriended us in the alley. And once in a while, he'd show up, and he'd be like, I got to blow out my old lady. Can I crash? I didn't even know the guy. I let him crash on the sofa. And this guy was not a great roommate because when he'd drink a lot, he was older and he was haggard, and he'd sleep and he'd snore like a haggard alcoholic would. And one time I was walking past him to go into the kitchen, and he was laying there on his back, and he was like, and then at some point in his sleep, he popped up, hawked a loogie across the room, and fell back down again. He just got him, and he just plopped back down again. He didn't even know it the next day, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No wonder he had a fight with this woman. Surprised he had a woman.
He came back with a black eye.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what happened? He goes, got in a fight with some dude at a bar. I said, what happened? I don't know, man. He just punched me for nothing. I go, for nothing? Just came up and punched you? Yeah. Did you say anything? I said, this old lady's pussy stunk. I go, oh, okay. Well, that's probably why I punched you, Mike. Yeah, I guess. He was a great guy. He's got to be dead.
I was going to say liver failure. I bet you if he was alive, he would totally know about your rise and have reached out like 20 times.
His brother was a typewriter repairman.
Wow.
So that guy's having a difficult time.
Do you think he's unhoused?
He didn't have to wait for AI. Mike would crash on our fucking sofa, man. He just kind of got a blowout.
Well, you and Mike are two of the examples that are kind of solidifying what Katie Porter's saying.
But that's not what we're worried about.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know Mike was unhoused.
I'm worried about the one homeless person a day who ODs in MacArthur Park.
Yes.
Or, who exposes himself to a friend and her baby walking on Riverside in Toluca Lake.
Yeah.
Those types of homeless people.
Yes.
Not a whole bunch of college kids.
Yes. Yes, Katie Porter's a fucking idiot. And they do this thing. That's what Newsom did. Their true face of homelessness is not.
And
I
by
don't
the
know
way,
why. Why are they talking around him? Just fucking fix it, would you?
Even if that was, quote unquote, the true face of homelessness, it shows how out of touch they are with the average voter, because even my most left-wing friends in this state are like, yeah, the homeless problem is a problem. Because you have to consider what the true face of something is what the average human being is encountering and having a problem with every single day.
How do we even, I mean, I know the census thing, but what I'm saying is I drive past 1 million single-family residences every day, some in good neighborhoods, some in bad neighborhoods. I have no idea who's in those houses, and it's none of my business.
I could have 20 people in the KRAUSS house. You wouldn't know.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got?
What else? Do you want to keep talking about the debate or move along?
Yeah. What do you got in the debate? Let's see if you can
so
anger
they
me.
also talked about the gas tax.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think the Democrats? Well, what do you think? Like Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton said was the cause of our high gas in California.
The Republicans said it's overregulated and it's overtaxed, and we're paying a whole bunch of tax. And by the way, it's harder to refine here because we have so many regulations in California. Our blends just cost more because we're overregulated. So it costs them more to refine it. And as we discussed earlier in the show, they just pass that along and then they overtax it as well. So you basically take a product that was $3 and you make it $5 because of all the extra that's involved with it.
So pretty much. Ding, ding, ding. Good for you.
Well, that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
The other
Now,
thing that
Gavin Newsom thinks Exxon's gouging us, but I'm like, why don't they gouge the rest of the country?
The Democrats didn't even talk about gouging. What do you think the Democrats
Well,
gave?
it got disproven. So Newsom said it's the refineries and the gas manufacturers that are gouging us.
Got it.
And he said that for a long time. I said, no, they're not. And because they gouge Arizona, New Mexico, they gouge everywhere. Why not? They're big companies, plenty of states to gouge. He kept saying it was that. They finally did research on it, found out it wasn't happening. And then they told Newsom, stop talking about it. Or actually, stop lying. Because, by the way, Newsom knew he was lying, but they said stop it because they've disproven that.
Yeah, but so what do you think the average Democrat, of the 4 Democrats on the stage last night, what do you think their reason was for the high gas costs?
It's insane because, A, they never cared about gas prices. They wanted higher gas prices because they wanted you to get an electric car. So they've never said anything about gas prices. They're going to blame Trump.
Yes.
And they're going to blame Iran, except for that's 4 weeks old, and we've been paying twice the national average for my entire life.
Yep.
So how
Ding,
could that
ding.
be that? Okay, but let's... do you want to hear it?
Yeah, we can.
All right, it's comical. You're blaming something. California paid more than the national average before the war and after the war.
Yeah.
Like we always pay way more than the national average. This goes back to I would say Clinton administration, and it just kept adding on.
Over and over and over again.
Yes.
Something else that Steve Hilton pointed out last night that I didn't even realize, because my answer would have been like the refinery answer and all the crap that we do to our fuel, plus the taxes, et cetera. But that we have refineries here in California. We have drilling that can and should occur offshore. We have the resources here in the country, but we decided to buy oil from the Middle East and ship it to California.
Everything they do is a bad idea, but I'll play a clip. Sorry, if we have it. If we don't. All right, we don't have the clip. All right.
Well,
all
that's
right.
okay.
Well, I think we summarized it.
We did.
They're blaming Trump for a 20-year-old problem for an action that he did in the last
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yes.
All right, I don't notice. I'm not sure who buys whatever that is. Remember,
half of California's fucking buying it.
Right. Remember Putin's price hikes?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Putin. Okay. Trump. Okay. Listen, let me just say this too. If every problem you have, we're in California. If every problem we have is Trump, then we're fucked. because there's nothing we can do about it, evidently. Trump
no
just
matter
said,
who's governor.
You're going to pay $6.50 a gallon. In Wyoming, you can pay $3.95 a gallon. And then we go, Trump fucked us. Okay. So we've outsourced every shortcoming we have here in California is because of Trump. Well, we're screwed because we can't do anything about Trump because he's the president. So I guess we just take our lumps, right?
There we go.
We just pay more than everybody for gas because of Trump. And unless you got some plan for Trump, I know your plan is to fight Trump, but I don't see any gas prices going down.
And does that mean if there's a Democratic president in 2028, our gas prices are going to go down?
No. They go
it was
up.
Hypothetical, though.
Yes, they don't want drilling. They don't want that. By the way, Biden's first move was to cancel the pipeline.
Yep.
So they don't want and to cancel the drilling permit. So no, they're not. Why they? By the way, they love. There's two things they love in the last 10 minutes. They love the Pope and they love gasoline. The Pope and gasoline. Those are two favorite subjects.
Yep.
That's insane to me.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so we have a little bit of problems for our buddy Mayor Mamdani.
Well, we got a.
Oh, no,
sorry, I think there is a clip here. Not just here.
We pay one of the highest gas taxes in the country, about 61 cents per gallon. That money goes to pay for road repairs and public transportation.
Mr. Steyer, the first question of the night goes to you. Should we cut the gas tax? You have 60 seconds.
Let me say that the reason that gasoline is so expensive, that our president, Donald Trump, has started an insane war in Iran.
Tom Steyer's an idiot. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. And for all you who can't see it, fuck off. Because these are insane people.
You know, part of the problem, Adam, I think...
Let me just say one quick thing. You don't have to like Trump. You can hate Trump and realize this guy's a buffoon.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Sorry, Dawson. We got to bring it home.
It's all right. We're out of time.
Kimmel's Friday, Saturday. That's in Vegas. Doing 4 shows there. Covina, Laugh Factory out here with a special huge guest. You will not be disappointed. I cannot give you the name of that guest for legal purposes, but you'll be blown away about this guest. You will never guess who that guest is. That's Covina, Laugh Factory, May 14th. 15th, Visalia, Fox Theater, and then 16th, Modesto, State Theater. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. ELISHA, KRAUSS, where do we find you?
Over at Daily Wire and my Instagram.
And Brad Williams, special live on Short Street. Very funny. Check it out on YouTube. Until next time, Adam Carolla for Brad Williams and ELISHA, KRAUSS saying mahalo.